Hi, friends. I actually didn't even realize that 9 o'clock came, and thankfully I saw that it was 9 o'clock. So, welcome to Fireside Chat, and I hope that you are having a wonderful morning. I don't see anyone on, but it is 9 o'clock, and I trust that there will be some people on. Even if you are on the replay, will you please leave a comment and say hello, good morning, and let me know how you're doing. I love to see who has been on, and I love to be able to just give a reply back. So in the comments, say good morning, hello, hi, just a wave, a smile, whatever, so that I know that you were on this morning. So my topic is bumpers. So I have had a very interesting week. I've actually had a very interesting few weeks. Um, I'm part of the art guild here in Kernersville, and the first weekend of May, we have what is called Spring Folly. Spring Folly is a street festival. I'm going to take a little sip of my coffee. Hold on. It is a street festival, and I was debating whether I should be a vendor for this year's Spring Folly. So, after several weeks of thinking about this, a while back, I I really didn't want to go and just set up a table and sell stuff. I've done that before. It's very challenging because there's so many vendors, they're all selling things, and people walk down the sidewalk kind of in a glaze over their eyes. I knew I needed to do something to stand out, to get attention. So I thought initially that maybe I would set up an easel and paint. There's challenges with that though. If there's a drizzle or rain, that becomes a problem. If it's too hot, it affects the paint. That becomes a problem. And it's hard to paint and talk to people at the same time. So people will come and watch, but engaging can sometimes be challenging. You don't see everyone there. So I wasn't sure that was the right thing to do, but then this idea came to me. I actually, because of my prayers about what to do at Spring Folly, came up just one day, this phrase popped into my head, art encounters. I couldn't stop thinking about the two words, art encounters. And I realized that some of the things that I've been wanting to do all fall under the description of art encounters. So that's really had my mind thinking and growing thoughts. And then I knew that if I was going to do art encounters and get people engaged at my table at Spring Folly, I would need help. I certainly couldn't do it all by myself. So the next thing would be, before I made that decision, I had to make sure that I had help lined up. I see one person on, whoever it is, put in the comment, hello, hi, wave, smile, something. So I know you're on and I can greet you. I hope you're having a great day today. So I was able to line up help. I had two of my grandsons coming, and my girlfriend from out in Lewisburg was going to drive out here to help me. And we were going to have a little girlfriend time as well. So that was supposed to start yesterday, Spring Folly. And I drove out to pick up my grandsons. And I had the whole day all worked out, pretty much task by task, what we were going to do before my girlfriend came Friday. And we were going to set up my tent and tables and all of that. So I found out when I got there that they were recovering over COVID. I didn't even know they had COVID. And they were recovering except for one. He had tested negative. But when I heard his cough and stuffy nose, I said, you need to get tested again. And I'm not bringing you guys with me. Um, so I said goodbye. I didn't hug them because I didn't want to bring any COVID germs home to my mom, who's still recovering from COVID from a year and a half ago. So I drove home thinking, okay, God, this is very interesting. I've still had kind of a funny feeling about whether or not I really should be at Spring Folly this year. Just being honest. So any of my Spring Folly members, if you hear that, I mean, I can't explain it. Just had a funny feeling about whether or not I should have a tent at Spring Folly. So I was willing to, still move forward with it, but I had to come up with a different plan. So I called my girlfriend. I told her the situation, and we were going to just work it out somehow. I don't know. So I decided that maybe it would be best if I didn't do Spring Folly Friday night, but set up Saturday. So that was kind of my new plan. And then I got a phone call from or a text message from one of the members of the guild, and turned out that because of the potential tornadoes and hail and high gusty winds, we weren't even going to have Spring Folly Friday night. So that solved that part of the problem. The next part of the problem was what we were going to do about Saturday. And my friend and I, had a good amount of conversation about it. And I decided last night around 9 o'clock, it would be best if I didn't do Spring Folly with the potential weather we have even coming this afternoon with lots of rain. I did not want to see my papers and my artwork and different things get wilted from the high humidity, even if it didn't get wet, but it was just the humidity in the air. I didn't want to see things get ruined. That just would not have been worth it. And if it was raining all afternoon, which it's still on the prediction too, I just wondered, would it be worth the work of setting all this up and then not having very many people coming through for anything more than just the food trucks? So I decided it wasn't worth it. And I'm not going to do Spring Folly. So that's fine. I had that. That was good. So I was telling my girlfriend, another girlfriend, yesterday morning about this crazy bout of things that were happening. And, she gave me this analogy. I see two people on, and if you will just say hello, write something in the comments, I will see it. I'd love to say good morning to you. And I hope that you all are safe, whether you're watching at the moment or if you're watching on the replay. If you're in the area or you've been in the path of this horrendous front that's been coming up, going north and east, I hope that you have been safe, that you didn't lose power or trees. I know it was pretty bad. I didn't hear a thing. I was exhausted last night, and I was at peace because I finally had made a decision. And so I didn't hear a thing last night, but my mom said it was pretty loud around here with the wind. So probably even also some hail. But I was telling a friend about, oops, I'm so sorry. I was telling a friend about the whole thing with the Spring Folly and all. And she said, your journey has been like a bowling lane with a kid that has bumpers along the gutters. When she said that, I was like, yes, that is exactly what my journey has been like since Mike passed. I feel like I have been like a kid with a bowling ball. And I say that because this part of my journey, yes, so I've been widowed before, so I have some experience and background and all of that, but this was a different journey. I was at a different place in my life. I had my mom to take care of. I have other things happening. So I feel like a lot of the territory that I've been walking, it's all new to me, kind of like a kid with a bowling ball, right? I'm not that experienced. So I've had this great excitement and enthusiasm, and I've gotten down with that bowling ball and I've given it the biggest thrush that I could. Ugh! But did you ever see a kid who does that? They get down on the floor, they put that bowling ball down, and they give it their biggest push. And that ball just goes. And thankfully, maybe you put some bumpers up on the gutters because the ball will just slowly bounce off of that. Come over here and bounce off of that. It keeps going forward, but it's a slow roll. And it's a bump here and a bump there. And you know what? That absolutely is the perfect picture of what my journey has been like with God since Mike passed away. I've had this dream, I've had this goal, though the goal's been fuzzy, it's been a distance away, and my vision isn't clear enough to see everything as it is in that distance. But that's okay. I threw the ball. I've given it to God. I pray daily about it, like I did with the folly. That's just one example of this piece. It's just one part of the journey, the bowling lane. I know without shadow of a doubt that the end result of this ball being thrown down this lane ends with a win. I know it does. But the win maybe just doesn't look, so far, it's not looking like what I originally thought the win would be. And I am absolutely so good with that. You know why? Because the outcome is going to be with God. It's not going to be all about Gail's big dream. It's not going to be about Gail's final results. It's not going to be about what Gail wants in the end. It is going to be answers to my prayer, but in ways that God has been able to have some of the reign in my journey, so that I haven't run off, taken the reins myself, held them tight, and didn't have enough slack for him to be able to steer that ball. And that's what God's been doing. I am so, so excited. Is it not a God thing that with all the money, time, and energy that I have poured into Spring Folly, that I'm excited this morning that not only am I not there, but that God has shown me, because of that journey, because of the decisions made and the preparations done for Spring Folly, some new things have come to mind. One is the two words I mentioned at the beginning, art encounters. I just filled out my paperwork yesterday. I'm filing for a DBA under my LLC to operate under the name Art Encounters, or the Art Encounter. And there will be several different things that will fall under that. So more to come on that in the future. You will soon hear some things. But literally, so many of them were birthed out of this struggle with Spring Folly. Should I go? Should I not? Okay, I will. Oh, okay, it's changed. Oh, okay, I lost my help. Oh, okay, now it's raining. Oh, okay, so it got canceled. I mean, what? I could not ignore the very real fact that God has been answering my prayers through this journey of Spring Folly. But the journey has looked like that bowling alley, with the ball rolling slowly, even though it was thrown with great gusto. Because if you know me, you know it would be. But slowly rolling, bouncing off of here, thinking it was going to go, oh, okay, it's going this way. Bouncing back off of that, and actually, like a bowling ball, what it's been doing in the process too is picking up pieces of things, picking up things from this direction, picking up things from that direction, all to come together. So I wanted to present that picture and a description of my journey, because I think I know I do, I know I have, I know other friends have, so I know I'm not alone in this. Hey, Jen, halftime. I'm glad you could join me. You missed the beginning, though. So you're still going to want to watch the replay, and we're going to talk later so I can tell you a little bit more about what I've been talking about this morning. But like a bowling ball going down the lane, okay, not only has the ball been redirected to the left and right and all of that, rolling slowly. However, it's also been picking up pieces. And all those pieces are vital in the direction of the ball. If it picked up a little piece of dirt or a little stone, got kind of wedged in there, guess what would happen? The ball is going to go just slightly over to the left or right, isn't it? And you know what? That's God. That is God taking the ball right down the middle, because I know in the end that ball is going to be a win. I know there's a win in the end. I know that. So this has been really an exciting journey. And I have to ask you, where are you at in your journey? Do you feel like you have been asking God for clarity, direction, wisdom, discernment? You're praying all of those things. But are you giving God enough slack, enough looseness in the reins of your little journey? Okay. Are you giving him enough room to move? Are you giving him enough room to take the ball to the left and the right? And, going to the left and the right and bouncing around certainly also slows the ball down. But are you allowing the ball to roll slow enough that you can see and begin to discern where God's taking that ball? Where and how do you get to the win? God's way. So that's my encouragement to you today. I really want to encourage you to consider the journey that you have been on today or lately, or that you've been on in the past. Look back and see other times when you have been, your experience has been like a bowling alley and you threw that ball with the greatest gusto and it slowly rolled and bounced back and forth off those bumpers, but eventually got to those pins and knocked them all down. If you can see that's happened in the past, then guess what? God will still do that in your life now, but we have to give him the slack to be able to have some control over that ball and trust that every bounce and every particle it picks up along the way is all part of your journey with God. Pebbles, I love what you said here. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to share this with everyone. This is a great picture too. Pebbles says, I'm pretty sure that your thumb is still stuck in the ball, keeping it from rolling. Okay. You know what? Even that is okay. It seems like sometimes, maybe if our thumb is stuck in the ball or the ball is just stuck. Have you ever gone bowling with a kid? I mean, I used to take my kids bowling when they were little, and sometimes they'd throw that ball and they'd give it everything they had. But in the end, the ball would just stop in the middle of the track. I'd have to call someone and have them come out and get the ball out of the way because, we're not allowed to walk out there in the lane. Someone would have to come. They'd push that ball down. You know what? God does that for us. And sometimes, though, we get upset that the ball is there. And like when I had to call for someone to get the ball from my kid, what I'd have to do, wait. Because usually when you're bowling with bumpers, it's usually kid day, right? So everybody has bumpers and everybody has a kid whose ball has stopped in the middle of the track and everybody's waiting. You call and you got to wait for somebody to come along and get that ball moving so that you can proceed. So you know what? It's okay because it's all part of the journey. And when God shows up, at least you're on the journey with him. So sometimes you have to wait. Sometimes maybe you can't find him, but you stay consistent. You keep asking, keep searching, keep looking, keep watching. And like what happened with me with the folly and all the situations that happened with the folly this week in the last 24, 48 hours, when I found out my grandsons couldn't come, I'm like, okay, God, this is really interesting. So I've been praying this way. And I thought you were answering that way, but I see you're answering this way. What does that mean? What's the greatest good that can come out of this? Do you ask questions like that? What's the greatest good that God could have come out of this? What's the greatest good that God could have come out of this? Do you believe that God has good in store for you? He does. He does. God made us to worship him. God made us to have a love relationship with him. He's always played his part in that relationship. Always. Always. He's waiting for you. Will you trust him? Will you hand your life over to him? Will you say, I know there's no shame with you. There's no sin with you. That you have forgiven everything I've ever done. You have taken my dark life of the past. You have turned on the light. You have given me an opportunity for new life. How? Teach me how. Show me how to walk a new journey with you, God, because I am trusting that you love me, that you always have, and you always will. And if I believe in you, Jesus, you will give me and have given me a new path and a new life in Christ where nothing is impossible. So, friends, that's my word of encouragement to you this morning. I am super, super psyched to see this so clearly this morning. And I hope that my enthusiasm and my excitement and my encouragement has been a blessing to you this morning. And I hope that you all have a great, great weekend and a really sweet and loving Mother's Day. Love you all, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.